Konnichiwa from Japan, Quiet here, and welcome back to the channel. You've kind of joined me in the thick of it. It is pouring cats and dogs out here. So yeah, just to back up, I am in the Kamakochi region of Japan. Arrived in Tokyo a couple days ago. Didn't get to spend much time with the nightlife. Pretty much just took a 5-hour bus to get up here. So I am starting a mountain trek, which goes through, sometimes referred to as the Japanese Alps. I will be attempting, I think it's pronounced the Daikiretto, which is a knife-edge gap that connects a mountain range together. Okay, lost track in there for a second. But yeah, sorry, it's been a little while since I've done this. I took about 3 months off in Vietnam, been off the trail, been doing mostly computer work, so this is my first opportunity to really stretch my legs. I'm throwing myself in the deep end. I came to Japan on a one-way ticket. I have a few other things I want to do here. There's a pilgrimage route that's going to be like the main activity in Japan, but this is just like a 3 or 4 day hike to kind of get me back into the swing of things, and I want to redeem myself with this hike because I actually failed it before. Almost exactly 1 year ago, I was here on a family trip. I arrived a few days earlier because I had heard about this trek and I had wanted to attempt it. But yeah, that was my first trip, my first hiking trip since the PCT. So I've been off trail for over 3 years. Threw myself into like a 10,000 foot multiple mountain pass trip, and it did not go well. My legs gave out on me after the first climb of like 6,000 feet. Didn't really make it to the first stop. I bailed out early to find a campground. Told myself I would come back here and redo it. And I'm now here again, but unfortunately the weather is a lot worse. There's a thunderstorm advisory. Again, this camera is not waterproof, so I'm gonna have to put this away soon. But yeah, I just wanted to do the little intro, and then we'll get on the trail. Okay guys, had to break out the iPhone. So, the plan is to retrace my steps basically from the last time I was out here. It's actually a little bit easier. Last time I was here, part of that trail was closed and I had to go all the way around. Now it seems to be open, and it was only like a 5-minute walk. So yeah, it seems like every time I've started this trip, something has gone wrong. But yeah, as you can tell, it's pretty crowded. It's a Sunday. This is a national park, so it gets a lot of visitors, but it's mainly just like day hikers and stuff. I will be heading to a campground that's about 3 miles from here. Technically, I think this first stage is supposed to be done in 1 day. It's like a 12-mile hike from here up to a lodge, the top of the first mountain. But it's already after 12, so I won't be able to do that today. It's a 5-hour bus ride. The earliest one left at 7 a.m. So, same thing as last time. It was a pretty nice campground from what I remember. So, plans could be a short day. And yeah, on that note, I think this entire trip is just going to be one episode. Okay, I believe I am on the trail. Heading to, so from right here, should be about 3.5 miles. Yeah, the rain hasn't dampened my spirits as much as I thought it would. Well, last trip I didn't see any monkeys, and now the trail is just lousy with them. Seem pretty used to people, but keeping my distance, of course. Family crossing. Oh, wow, it's a baby. Holy crap. Sorry, can't zoom in. Okay, well, it's about 5 o'clock. There was a break in the rain that lasted just long enough for me to put my tent up, which was nice. Yeah, it's a pretty easy day, about 4 miles, about 450 feet of elevation. Tomorrow is going to be the big climb. Probably try to get up early for that. I just bought some snacks, beer, so that and some ramen. I think that'll load me up for tonight. Yeah, so that is the end of day one. Fairly easy day. And I will be back in the morning to continue the journey up the mountain where it starts getting real. See you then. Okay, good morning. It's day 2, about 8:30, getting out a little bit late. Rain finally stopped, but I think it's picking back up this afternoon, so try to get a move on. About 8.5 miles to go, 5,000 feet of ascent, and most of it's in the last 3 miles, so it'll be a big steep climb from what I remember. So yeah, let me grab my bag and we'll get to it. I am taking a page out of my Tour de Mont Blanc book. There's a luggage storage place at the Kamakochi bus terminal, and I dropped off most of my weight. Yeah, so bag is about as light as it can be with my tent and my full camp system and everything. Okay, made it to another campground. I think I'll stop here, get some breakfast. Got a little waylaid by mountain safety crew. Need to fill out like an itinerary and everything. This is where I camped last night. Started here. Here is where I am now, and then heading up to Mount Yurigatake. That's the goal for tonight. There's a lodge up there. But yeah, I have this map open here. So yeah, the plan tomorrow is to go from there down to down through here, across the Daikiretto Gap. That's the dangerous, treacherous part. Camp here tomorrow night, and then from there, hopefully, just make my way back to Kamakochi. On the move again, 10 a.m., on the trail, to the top of the mountain. Well, I gotta say, the trail has definitely gotten a lot more rugged since leaving that area. Saw a sign that said this is like the mountaineering zone. Much more natural, more peaceful, less people. I think I'd like a mile in, only seen like three or four people, and they were going the opposite way. This actually kind of reminds me of the Loch Lomond section a little bit from West Highland Way, Scotland. Not necessarily the greatest sense of deja vu. Okay, stopped for about half hour, had some Pocari sweat, and hitting the trail again. From here, it's about 3.5 miles to go. But this is where the climb really begins. So yeah, from right here, it's about 2.9 miles to go, so still a bit of ways. Still have like 3,800 feet or something. But it's been a lot more. I think I'm feeling better than I did last year when I tried this. It was pretty much stopping for like an hour at every little rest ground, but that place is drinking the water, filled up, and heading out. It is very hot. I don't think I mentioned that. Yeah, the weather is not raining. Looks like the forecast updated to maybe showers tonight, but hopefully it should be dry the rest of the day. But it is warm. It's like in the 70s. Especially with the sun shining. Once I get going, I just get drenched in sweat. No, I think last time I went a different way. I think I kept going up this way, through the valley, but my GPS that I have actually suggests going up this way. It looks pretty steep. Apparently the other way, the way I went last time, is just like a lot of switchbacks, which I remember. Just like up along the sort of the cliff face. According to the guide, this way is supposed to be more interesting, and it's only slightly longer, I guess. I don't know, I remember the last wave was already tough, so might as well. Yeah, elevation profile, just kind of just a wall. I think I forgot to mention my trekking pole broke. Didn't even notice when it happened. So I got to the campground and saw that my pole was a lot shorter than usual. So yeah, I guess it's about time to replace these guys. So that's the way I took last time. Just kind of winding up. I guess it starts to climb a little bit sooner. So I'll know exactly where I'm heading. I might not actually be going that way. I think I might actually be ascending to the ridge. You can see that on camera? Oh, gawking at it. It's not gonna get me up there any quicker. I don't really need to check the map or phone or anything. It's pretty straightforward. There's no wandering off this. Yeah, this is it's been exciting. You know, kind of an unexpected surprise. I was kind of going in today thinking I knew exactly where I was going, getting to the point where I built out last time, which was still like a mile or so up the trail. So it's nice seeing this little alternate. Of course, interesting surprises. Not mean that it's easy. It's been about like an hour and a half or so since that junction. Just been heading straight up. This is like one of the last switchback, like the last big switchbacks, and then it starts heading north to the peak. Not sure when it's going to open up again, but yeah, I only have about a mile and a half to go, but it has been slow going. Oh man, I bet this would be a pretty epic view if it wasn't for the mist, but my God, does that feel good. Oh, it's like air conditioning. Oh. Okay, so yeah, pretty much just going to be following this ridge the rest of the way, I think. All right, I'm going to sit here for a moment and cool down. Oh wow, I think my battery's actually starting to die. Right when it starts getting interesting. Right after I passed the signpost, I had no idea where I was going. It seemed like the trail just came to a dead end, but looks like I will be scaling up here. No idea where it goes, but I'm just going to follow the arrows. Wasn't quite expecting this. It's gonna be good practice for tomorrow. Yeah, the guide wasn't lying. It's definitely more interesting than the other route was. Yeah, the mist has its own charms. Kind of gives a bit of a supernatural mystique to being up here. I could be the last person on Earth right now, and I wouldn't know it. Oh, wow. Oh, okay. Was not aware I'd be making a descent. No idea where I'm going. I can barely see a thing up here. But yeah, that's straight down. Oh God, okay. I haven't really recorded much. It's been pretty difficult with it's just like a lot of ladders, a lot of vertical ups and downs where I need to use both hands. It's a lot tougher than I thought it would be, but it's definitely been interesting, and I think definitely good practice for tomorrow. But finally caught sight of where I'm heading. I'm within I shot it, so I'm within viewing distance of it. I still have, I think, over half a mile to go, and it's been very slow going. On the rock scale on this is actually a little easier than it has been. I've literally been, like, scaling boulders and stuff. Okay, well, bit of funny happenstance. I believe this is the place where I bailed out last time. I'm coming at it from the opposite way. or the back. I came at it from the front there and walked over, and now I was, I basically scaled up the side of that mountain there. I still have a long way to go. I can see it up there. I mean, not a long way. It's like half a mile, but I still have like 1,000-foot climb. And it's already like 4:45, almost 5-ish. Guys, I think I'm just going to call it a night here. And just, unlike last time, I'm fairly certain I can continue to climb in the morning and just take me another hour or so. But yeah, it's getting dark, and I don't want to be on the edge of a cliff when the sun sets. This was a welcome sight. I hear a generator going. I believe last time I was here, I got some curry. So yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Okay, it's a little bit loud out there with the generator, so I'm just going to wrap up the day here. It's the end of day 2. Did about like 9 miles, almost 4,000 feet of ascent. Actually over, I think it's like 4,300. I still have about 800 feet to go just to get to where I was shooting for tonight. So yeah, I'm kind of glad I stayed here. Pulled a classic mistake. This was not the place I stayed at last time. This is a different place, and they don't have camping, so I just paid for a room. I should still have enough cash to get me through the rest of this mountain trek, hopefully. So yeah, plus without having to set up the tent, I leave early tomorrow. So yeah, that's the goal. And I'm gonna go make dinner, and I will see you guys in the morning. Hey, Future Quiet here. The audio on my 360 camera wasn't working, which I didn't discover until after I got back. So, unfortunately, for all my 360 clips, there's no audio. I could take an extra 40 minutes to scale there and back. Might have done that if I stayed here yesterday, but I have to get a move on. Okay, climbed down, then went back up. Not sure how much longer I have to go, but I think on the rock there it's at 700 meters. Guessing that's to the next rest point. Okay, kind of reached this little windy dead zone. About 1 mile in. It's taken me an hour and a half to get here. Still have 2 miles left to go to wrap up the day. Not sure how much further I have to the hut that's right before the gaps. Give you an idea of how strong this mist is. Didn't even see it until I was right on top of it. But yeah, made it here. Guys, that took me 3 hours to go like a little over 1.5 miles. So yeah, I'm going to check my bag off and have a think. Okay guys, welcome back. It's the next morning. Again, this is Future Quiet here. Definitely had to do this voiceover because, as I'm explaining here, I unfortunately decide to not do the gap. The weather was just too bad. Looking back at the footage, it looks a lot more clear. That's because I've upped the contrast to make it a little more visible, but naked eye, this was just like pea soup. So yeah, I decided the next morning when I just looked around. I mean, I think physically I was probably capable of it, but this would have been like my first time doing something like this, and these conditions definitely were not like the type of place to kind of learn on the job, so to speak. But there is an alternate I end up taking. It was the bailout point that the guide told me about on my way up. So that's what I end up doing instead, very shortly. But yeah, this is just me going to the start of the gap just to kind of look around and take a look at it. And yeah, as you can see, it's like knife edge with like no visibility. So yeah, bit disappointing. But what are you gonna do? I'm still up in the mountains and I still have a ways to go. The thing about being off the GPS track like this is I have no idea about distance or elevation, so not sure how long this is going to take. Yeah, it was kind of a rough night. Barely got any sleep. The wind was just howling and there was like water blowing into the tent. Thankfully, everything crucial stayed dry, just like the floor got pretty damp. Yeah, it's just like, looks like a chain route down. Whew, yeah, this is pretty slow going. This is probably isn't coming across on camera, but that's a near vertical descent I just did. And it continues. So yeah, not sure how long it's going to take to do this. Probably going to be a while. Well, I'm going to try to get as much footage of this as I can, since it's a makeup for me, not doing the gap. Looks like I kind of have this whole thing to myself. Still make my way down, but yeah, this is lovely. Pretty sure I'm going to be following this cliff here to the top of that. And from there, no idea, but I'm starting to see trees again. Okay, back on solidish ground for a little bit. Oh boy, that was quite the workout. Well, one of the few times I'm happy to be wrong. I think I'm descending. I don't think I'm going over that ridge. I think I'm heading down towards the valley. So I think I see the river back that way. So Kamakochi is kind of back that way, I believe. If I can, I'll try to get back to that campground I stayed at night 2, depending on what time it is. If I have time, I might just keep going and take a bus out. The last one's at 5 o'clock, so just have to see what my pace is like as I continue down. Okay, now that the fog is cleared, see a mountain cabin up there? That might be where I spent the first night. Or not the first night, the second night. Yeah, it's pretty far away, but valley is this way. That's where I'm heading. Oh man, this has been quite the workout, but pretty exhilarating. I think yeah, this is much better than just coming back the way I came. At least it's been interesting. I've seen 2 people so far going up. Man, they have quite a way to go. Yeah, it looks like I'm descending into this valley, so this might be the last opportunity to check to see where I came from. It's right up there. Okay, looks like I've reached some kind of junction. Hey, I'm gonna have to go uphill a bit. I think I kind of head up there and over again. Yeah, it's kind of shady here, so I'm just taking a minute to relax. Should probably get a move on. I don't think there's any way I'll be getting out of here tonight, unfortunately. Even once I get back on the trail, I think it's like 9 more miles to Kamakochi. So, yeah, I'll just have to see what time it is when I reconnect. Okay. Thankfully, I think I see where I'm heading. There's the valley. So I should be reconnecting up with the trail pretty soon. Made it back to the junction. Came down from that way. This is where I went on the second day, like straight up here. It's pretty crazy now that I think about it. Okay. But yeah, my downhill legs are pretty much shot. Very wobbly. Map is saying it would take me about 4.5 hours to get back to Kamakochi. And about 9.65 miles, and since it's about 12:30, it'll put me like right around the time of one of the last buses. I think it might just be cheaper to stay here tonight. So yeah, I guess the goal is I'm just gonna try to get back to that first campground. That's not sure how many miles from here, maybe 5 or so. Yeah, I'll just wrap it up from there. You guys have kind of already seen all this. I'll check in with you guys when I get to camp. Okay, and welcome back. So I was going to check in when I got to camp, but it's actually been quite a few days now. Yeah, I really wasn't feeling well shortly after that last clip, after kind of like the main descent was done, and it was just kind of more of a gradual downhill. I started getting like really sick once like I guess the adrenaline was wearing off. Yeah, I just felt really nauseous. I think it's either mild heat stroke or dehydration, but I wasn't feeling good for the next few hours, so I just slowly made my way to camp and just kind of collapsed in my tent. Next day I took a bus downtown. I've just been kind of slowly making my way down south, riding the rails, doing like the hustle backpacking thing as I get ready to begin my next trek. I'm actually on the island now of Shikoku, which is where I will start my new pilgrimage starting next episode. So thank you guys so much for watching. A little disappointed about not being able to do the ridge I wanted. I guess it's kind of that whole mountain trek thing is kind of my white whale now that I've sort of failed it twice. Still had a pretty good time, like up in the mountains, even though I didn't do like the super dangerous ridge that I wanted to. I think it was still kind of an epic trek. Anyway, thanks for joining me for this extended multi-day episode through the mountains, and I will catch you next time when we start the 88 Temple pilgrimage trek. Bye forever.